Hey there! Welcome to Myth and Minute, the channel where we dive deep into the myths, legends, and stories that connect the ancient world to ours. Today, we're talking about one of the most iconic names in gaming, Kratos. To fans of God of War, he's the ghost of Sparta, a relentless warrior who takes on giants and monsters with raw strength and rage. But did you know that Kratos also has roots in ancient Greek mythology? And trust me, the Kratos from myth is a completely different character. So who is Kratos really? How did this mythological figure inspire one of the most tragic and complex characters in gaming history? Stick around as we unravel the story of Kratos, from ancient legends to modern storytelling. Kratos, a name that invokes raw power, vengeance, and tragedy. In the gaming world, he is the ghost of Sparta, a god slayer fueled by rage and loss. But in Greek mythology, Kratos has an entirely different story, a figure far less complex but equally tied to the concept of strength. Today, we'll dive into the world of myths and legends to uncover the stark contrasts and surprising parallels between the Kratos of God of War and the Kratos of ancient Greek mythology. In Greek, the name Kratos translates to strength, a fitting name for a character defined by brute force and resilience. But here's the twist. Kratos wasn't given his name in God of War until late in development. It was chosen purely for its meaning, not its mythological origins. In Greek mythology, Kratos is a minor deity, the personification of strength. He is one of four siblings, Nike, victory, Zealous, zeal, and Bia, force, all of whom serve Zeus. But unlike the complex anti-hero we see in the games, the mythological Kratos is unwavering in his loyalty to Zeus, enforcing his will without question. The mythological Kratos plays a key role in Aeschylus' tragedy, Prometheus Bound. When Prometheus defies Zeus by stealing fire to give to mankind, Kratos is tasked with enforcing the god's punishment. With his sister Bia, Kratos drags Prometheus to the edge of the world, where he is chained to a rock. His punishment? To have his liver devoured by an eagle every day, only for it to regenerate overnight. Kratos, representing the unyielding force of Zeus's will, shows no mercy. In fact, he encourages Hephaestus, the smith god, to be more brutal in binding Prometheus. This version of Kratos is a stark contrast to the one we know in the games, where Kratos actually encounters Prometheus in God of War 2 and chooses to free him from eternal suffering, showing a rare moment of compassion. Kratos in God of War embodies the archetype of a tragic Greek hero, like the heroes of myth, Heracles, Odysseus, and Oedipus. His life is marked by suffering and manipulation by the gods. Heracles, for example, was driven to madness by Hera and killed his own family, a tragedy eerily similar to Kratos' story, where Ares deceives him into slaughtering his wife and child. But while Heracles seeks redemption by completing 12 labors, Kratos chooses vengeance. His path is one of rebellion, carving through the ones who wronged him. This is what sets God of War's Kratos apart. He doesn't accept his fate, he fights it. The parallels between Kratos and Heracles are undeniable. Both are warriors of immense strength, manipulated by the gods into committing unspeakable acts. But their responses to tragedy couldn't be more different. Heracles becomes a symbol of endurance and redemption, while Kratos becomes the embodiment of rage and defiance. In God of War 3, Kratos even confronts Heracles, referred to by his Roman name, Hercules, and brutally kills him in a battle of raw strength. It's a moment that symbolizes Kratos' rejection of traditional Greek heroism and his evolution into something far darker. The title Ghost of Sparta is a creation of God of War. While the Spartans were a real and formidable force in ancient Greece, the mythological Kratos had no connection to them. Instead, God of War reimagines Kratos as a central figure in Greek mythology, an anchor that ties together its fragmented stories. But this creative liberty doesn't stop there. In the games, Kratos becomes the god of war, overthrowing Ares and eventually the entire Greek pantheon. In mythology, however, Ares holds this title exclusively. These changes highlight how God of War blends mythological elements with modern storytelling, crafting a narrative that feels both epic and deeply personal. In the end, the Kratos of God of War is not just a reinterpretation of Greek mythology, he's a reflection of it. Both the mythological Kratos and the game's Kratos serve as reminders of the god's power over mortals. But where the mythological Kratos submits to this power, God of War's Kratos fights against it, carving his own destiny. This evolution, from a servant of the wilds to a rebel, and finally to a father, makes Kratos one of the most compelling characters in modern gaming. A tragic hero born of myth, but reshaped for a new generation. So what do you think? How does God of War's Kratos compare to his mythological counterpart? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into myths, legends, and gaming lore.